Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pat to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own. A 2-run shot. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSAA Champions Network here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana, as we welcome in the 14-2 Eastern Hancock Royals as they take on your 9-2 Wapahani Raiders. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, back for another action-packed night of Wapahani Raider volleyball. Those of you that tuned into the JV game tonight, what a treat that was. A three-set thriller as Wapahani came out victorious there this evening to get back to their winning ways, taking down the Royals here in this evening's junior varsity volleyball matchup. So now the varsity broadcast. In tonight's varsity game, it's going to be a good one. Record-wise, obviously Eastern Hancock looking pretty good. Wapahani obviously definitely looking good. And I think, one thing, and I mentioned this during the JV game, both these teams do have a couple of common opponents. LaPel was one of them. Both Wapahani and Eastern Hancock did defeat LaPel. Now, when you look at Northeastern, Wapahani took on Northeastern in the Wapahani Volleyball Invitational about a week and a half ago. The Raiders swept them. While on the flip side of things, Eastern Hancock, that was one of their two losses, was to Northeastern. That was in some sort of a volleyball invitational. I didn't catch what invitational it was, but Northeastern beat them 2 out of 3 sets. And they end up going that third set, so beat them 2-1. But just a couple of common opponents. Again, that doesn't, that's no indication on how this game will go tonight. I know looking back to last year's game, Wapahani won that one in 4 sets. But it was a pretty tight ball game. The Raiders won, I believe, set 3 and 4. 2, 3, and 4 after dropping the first set. But the Raiders won the third and fourth set 25-23, both sets. So, a lot of the same players are kind of back from last year's team that I think that, could make things interesting. Again, say the same thing here for Wapahani as well. So this could be a really good ball game here this evening from Raider Gymnasium. So hopefully you guys are just kind of kicked back, relaxed, enjoy a nice Wednesday evening here with us on the broadcast, and will hopefully be a great night at the office here for the Raiders as they look to improve to 10-2 on the year, and more importantly, remain undefeated in conference play. Both teams still in the undefeated mark of their season so far in MEC conference play. Wapahani 2-0, Eastern Hancock is 5-0 in the Eastern. They're in the MEC conference, so. Should be a good one here tonight, and hopefully Wapahani can remain undefeated and defend home court here tonight. So please make sure to stay right here with us. Again, this has been our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Alfred Ronson Customs, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. When we return from the break, we'll have tonight's national anthem as well as tonight's rosters and first serve here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's meet tonight's teams first for the visiting Eastern Hancock Royals. Number 2, Elaine Stitch. Number 3, Olivia Wills. Number 4, Hayden Collins. Number 5, Hannah Whitgren. Number 7, Carly Rose. Number 10, Heidi Meyer. Number 11, Samantha Ritchie. Number 12, Holly Boardman. Number 15, Josie Hunt. Number 16, Alan Willis. The Royals are coached by Corey Rainbow. All right, Raider fans, here are your Wapahani Raiders. Number 1, Taylor Dudley. Number 2, Cammie Rivers. Number 3, Maren Hopkins. Number 4, Kaylee Clements. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Caroline Hunsinger. Number 7, Noah Baker. Number 8, Nora Williams. Number 10, Addie Barnes. Number 11, Olivia Walters. Number 13, Journey May. And number 15, Maddie Grove. Your Raiders are coached by Valerie Wells and assisted by Alexis Franks.
All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Hopefully all of you was able to hear tonight's rosters clearly this evening. If not, we'll run down the rosters again one more time here for you. For the Royals, number 2, Elena Eastridge. Number 3, Olivia Willis. Number 4, Hayden Collins. Number 5, Hannah Whitgren. Number 7, Carly Lowe's. Number 10, Heidi Meyer. Number 11, Samantha Ritchie. Number 12, Chloe Boardman. Number 15, Josie Hunt. And number 16, Adeline Willis. Again, Corey Rainbow is the head coach here for the Royals. Here for Wapahani, number 1, Tatum Dudley. Number 2, Cammie Rivers. Number 3, Maren Hopkins. Number 4, Kaylee Clements. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Caroline Hunsinger. Number 7, Noah Baker. Number 8, Nora Williams. Number 10, Addie Barnes. Number 11, Olivia Walters. Number 13, Journey Maines. And number 15, Maddie Grove. Again, your Raiders are coached by Valerie Wells, assisted by Alexis Frank. So again, that is the rundown of the rosters here tonight. We want to thank you all for joining us here this evening as tonight's first serve about to begin the ball game here this evening here in just a moment. Again, the student section making their presence known here this evening as we will get tonight's game officially underway here at 7:27 p.m. here on this Wednesday, September the 10th. Of 2025. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So a strong start right there off the hit from number 15, Josie Hunt. Sophomore outside hitter comes in at 5'7" here for the Royals. A 1-0 start here for Eastern Hancock as that serve will be received there by Hopkins. Walters on the attack. Left side that time around, that was number 15, once again, Josie Hunt. So a 2-0 lead for the Royals. Again, more fans have kind of filed in here throughout the evening. So appreciate everyone for coming out, showing support for our wonderful young ladies. Dudley will hit that one out of bounds. Again, I say this quite often. I don't necessarily maybe say it all the time on the broadcast, but at least off the broadcast I know I do. But, it's always nice to have, a great amount of people watching us here on the WHS network. But we also love it even more when people come out to the ball games and are supportive of our teams. We always have a good crowd, in other sports. Volleyball is not too bad. This is a pretty good showing here tonight. I wouldn't say that, obviously the stands aren't packed, but, we'd love to have more out here, but we're happy with what we got. As that ball will be hit out of bounds now, 3-2.
Again, Rivers still back to serve here for Wapahani. Again, wanted to send a shout out here tonight to Bob Taylor as well as Barbara Wilmoth and many others that tune in every ball game. We appreciate you and hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday so far. Nice job there by Callie Parker. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. And there's Tatum Dudley placing that one smack dab in the middle. Excellent job right there from Tatum. And that will even it up here at 3 after a 3-0 start from the Royals. Wapahani quickly eliminated that as Rivers will serve that one in net. 4-3 Royals back on top with number 5, Hannah Whitgren, now subbing in for the first time this evening for Eastern Hancock. So Whitgren back to serve. Received by Parker. Hunzinger, right side attack there by Walters. And again, just soft touch right down the line. Effective. Ties it up at 4. Again, great court recognition right there and surveying where the defense is and is not. And just a great job right there by Walters. Nice setup there from Hunzinger. You got Baker now in the ball game. Olivia Walters will have a seat. And again, another display of great court vision right there by Eastern Hancock this time around. As number 10, Heidi Meyer, in the ball game for Eastern Hancock. Parker there, that ball passed over the top of the net, but thankfully the Royals didn't make good of that opportunity. Rivers is there. Hunzinger on to Dudley. Soft touch there. Park will track it down. Now over to Hopkins. A little too far, but she made good of what she was dealt right there. That's time to bring the hammer on this one. Well, guess not. Blocked by Baker. Now to Tatum Dudley, right down the line, and that was met there at the net by Josie Hunt, but deflected out of bounds off the hand, and tied at 5 now with Tatum Dudley back to serve. So that one there, that was number 4. Collins received that serve. Nice dig from Dudley. And we will have a net violation on Wapahani. Parker, Hunzinger, Hopkins, yes. Quite the recipe for success for the Raiders this time around. So Hopkins will now drop back to serve as this first set is tied at 6. Received there by number 2, Eastridge, just a moment ago. And there is the Raiders with the block. So 7-6 Wapahani. Set up there by Lowe's. Rivers, left side action, dug by Willis. And now to the left side attack. Parker digs it. Baker on to Rivers, dug out. Good job chasing that one down. Rivers one more time, yes. Rivers delivers. As Wapahani now with a 2-point lead. Right side attack, that was number 4, Collins. Again, that one a little too long on the play. Again, was trying to look for that back right corner coming off that left side attack and couldn't keep that one in play. Great thing here for Wapahani standpoint. From the back row, that was number 15, Hunt. And also couldn't keep that one in play, going right down the line. Again, too strong. Great serve from Hopkins. There's an ace. And so the Raiders have put up 6 consecutive. Lead 11-6 here, set number 1. Stay right here with us. We'll be back with more. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. And didn't miss much. We'll drop in a bucket again, this time by Caroline Hunsinger. Gets the kill, 12-6 Wapahani. So, again, the Raiders really starting to find their footing right here and really punch the gas. That was a 3-0 start there for Eastern Hancock. Then Wapahani answered right back with 3 consecutive of their own. And then was a 6-5 lead for the Royals. And Wapahani has not looked back since. It's a good hit right there again from the left side. Again, going right down the line there by Cammie Rivers. But Raiders, again, right now, again, hopeful that it stays this way, but really clicking on all cylinders. Nice job right there, Parker, then Baker, then Hunsinger. Here we go, Baker this time around. Hunt gets there. Set on the number 4, Collins, and that will be out of bounds again. Good serve again from Hopkins, doing a fantastic job. Hunsinger to Dudley, dug out there by Eastridge. Rivers bringing it. Yes, that back right corner, baby. That was a beautifully placed ball right there from Rivers. Got a really nice setup. Yet again, all the way around the board here for Wapahani. It's a job well done. Parker gets there. Excellent job on the Rivers one more time. Dug out by Eastridge. Hunt there from the back row. Miss hit. And now 16-6. That is a 11-0 run. Here's number 5, Hannah Whitgren, will check in for the Royals. And again, Hopkins doing a nice job as the Royals will get back on the board. But Hopkins, again, nothing special right there. Again, just getting the ball over, keeping the ball in bounds, and forcing the Royals to make good passes, and make them play good defense as Baker will cash in. But again, that was, I think that was a little bit underestimated, with all those points we got. I think that Marin, again, she starts it all off right there with good serves. Speaking of, that was a nice serve there from Baker just a moment ago. Rivers gets it over. Hunt dug it out, but again, that pass had to lay out for that one, led right to the net. And again, although, you're up right now by 11 points, again, here, if you're Wapahani, we've still got to stay focused, still stay locked in, because the last thing you want to do is start getting complacent just because now you're in, you have a big lead. Now you can take foot off the gas a little bit. That's not the case. So again, an ace right there just a moment ago there from Nola. We'll get it over, free ball right here. Here we go, Hunsinger on to Walters. Oh, yes. Heck yes. That's going to force Eastern Hancock to take another timeout. And we shall stay right here with you during this timeout to make a couple announcements right here. First and foremost, again, both these announcements dealing with the Christmas in Selma celebration on, I believe it's December the 6th, throughout the entire town of Selma. But they will first be having a chicken noodle fundraiser dinner. Again, all proceeds go to Christmas in Selma celebration. That will be on September the 26th, will be the chicken noodle dinner. My mother, Shonda Morvillius, and many others will be putting this together. Again, you can see what the dinner includes. It'll be $10 cash only. It'll be from 5 to 7 p.m. dine-in or drive-up on September the 26th at Selma Elementary. Again, we'll get to what will be the breakfast here in a little bit later on. That's going to be put on by the Selma Lions Club. But again, we'll get to that one here during the next timeout that we have. But nonetheless, here 20 to 7 coming out of the timeout here from the Royals. Wapahani again was down 6 to 5, and ever since then we never looked back and really started to apply the pressure here. And the Royals, unfortunately for them, has folded as Rivers once again delivers another kill. 21-7, and no substitution will happen. Baker served into the net that time, but a nice string of points here for the Raiders. Parker back in for Wapahani, Adeline Willis in for Eastern Hancock, and number 10, Heidi Meyer, back to serve. Hopkins, Hunzinger, Rivers, dug out by Hunt, set up by Lowe's, and there was number 4, Collins on the attack, dug by Parker. Dudley off her back foot. Back to Collins one more time. Parker with another dig. Rivers from the left side, no good, as they'll be dug out again, and the Raiders looking for something good here to happen. And that's going to be a point there for the Raiders after a 2-hit call on the Royals, 22-8. Caroline Hunzinger will drop back to serve for Wapahani. Dug out there by Eastridge, set on there. That was Collins again from the right side this time. And Rivers had the right idea, just unfortunately couldn't get that one back over the net this time around. She's had a really solid first set so far. Everybody has, really. This has been, at least to this point, again, oh my goodness sakes. Everybody just stood there and looked at one another. That should not happen. Unfortunately, it did, and you move on from it. Nice ball right there from Hopkins. Oh, look at that. Another thing of beauty. A well-placed ball. It was a solid job there by... Whoa. Okay, so a 2-hit call there on Hunzinger. All right, we'll go with it. Nothing we can do about it. Hopkins, Hunzinger, Dudley from the left side, right down the line. 23-11. Nice set there from Hunzinger, then Tatum doing her thing. Puts the hammer down right there, and the Raiders is 2 points away from claiming set one. And a couple of serving errors late in this set. You know, again, it happens, but you want to try to steer clear of that as much as you can. We'll have number 5, Hannah Whitgren, back to serve for Eastern Hancock. Parker received that serve set on to Hopkins. Oh, nice job. Look at Dudley getting it over. Again, that all started there by Hopkins, though. Fantastic ball to pancake there from Eastridge. Walters, Huntzinger, Dudley. Yes! Some good action there on both sides of the ball. So we've got Noah Baker returning to the floor. Callie Parker back to serve for set point. 24-12 Wapahani. Received there by Whitgren. Set on Hunt on the attack. Parker digs it out. Hunzinger sets it up, and Hopkins puts it down. Yes! Wapahani takes this one 25-12 to open this ball game up with a 1-0 lead. Stay right here with us. Again, here on the other side of the break, we'll be talking more about the Christmas and Selma celebration and much more, as well as second set action coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Again, back here again from beautiful Raider Gymnasium. Wapahani here with a 1-0 lead. Again, just a refresher here. Again, I threw this up there during the timeout there in the first set. Again, chicken noodle dinner. It'll be a fundraiser dinner for the Christmas and Selma celebration. That's on September 26th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Selma Elementary. Also, the Selma Lions Club, they will be hosting a breakfast on October the 4th. That's a Saturday, roughly about 3 weeks from now. So, again, that will be on October the 4th, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Again, all proceeds go towards the Christmas and Selma celebration. Again, that's what the breakfast includes. Adult breakfast, $11. Children under 11 are $5. So, again, sausage, bacon, ham, fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, biscuits with sausage gravy, French toast, pancakes, and fresh fruit. So that's what you can expect there. Again, both of those fundraiser dinners, again, the dinner and the breakfast put on by the Lions Club, all the proceeds, again, will go to the Christmas and Selma celebration. Next up here, this deals with the Selma American Legion Post 437. I talked about this during the JV broadcast tonight, but these banners right here are examples of what these banners will look like that the Selma American Legion Post 437 is trying to orchestrate to put throughout the town of Selma. Again, they're seeking donations from businesses and or individuals for the purchase of the Hometown Hero banners, mounting hardware honoring current and former Liberty Perry Township veterans. These banners will be displayed on telephone poles throughout the town of Selma. So if you're a military veteran, or if you have a veteran in your family from Selma, you may submit their service information to the post for inclusion in this project. Military family members of current Legionnaires, as well as Auxiliary and Sons members of the Selma American Legion, are also eligible to be honored with a banner. So again, the banners, I showed a picture of an example of those, of what those potentially could look like. They are banners that are 2x4. They're collar-heavy vinyl, and it's going to be double-sided with pole pockets. So each banner is $80 each, excluding the mounting hardware. So if you're looking to donate, again, whether you're a business or just an individual, please make sure to reach out to the Selma American Legion Post 437. They are located at 315 South Albany Street in downtown Selma, Indiana. Make sure to bring all your military information. You'll put all that together. If you decide to mail it in, again, that's the address, 315 South Albany Street, Selma, Indiana, 47383. Make sure to mark all of your envelopes to the attention of Steve Peacock / Hometown Heroes. So I know we got some action going on out here on the floor, but again, I did want to make sure to mention that because I think that's personally a neat thing. Obviously, the American Legion sponsors us, but they do so much for the community, and this is a really nice thing, and it deserves to be recognized. So we want to put this out here as much as we can, and we'll make sure and put this on all of our broadcasts going forward. Again, I'm not sure of any kind of deadline when it comes to those banners, but we'll keep talking about it as long as they want us to, and we're happy to do it. So again, it's going for a great cause. So 3-1 Wapahani, down by a pair right here. It was Callie Parker back to serve just a moment ago. On the attack, Hunt there from the left side. Huntsinger will get to it in time. Parker will send that one deep there into the back left side. Parker again with those cat-like reflexes. Here comes Hopkins. Soft touch there, but the Royals will get it back over. Huntsinger to Hopkins. Dug out by Eastridge. Hunt from the left side again. Here's Rivers. Back set there to Dudley. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. Point Wapahani. Nope. Rather point Eastern Hancock. They said that there was no touch. There was no touch by the Royals on the block. So 4-1 start here for Eastern Hancock. We'll have number 5, Hannah Whitgren, back to serve. And now we will have a meeting between up and down referee as well as the line judges. And indeed they did come to the conclusion of point Eastern Hancock. On the attack, that's Nola Baker, yes! 4-2 is your score. And Dudley will serve that one out of bounds. So 5-2 after the air as number 10, Heidi Meyer, will return to the floor for Eastern Hancock. Number 2, Elena Eastridge, back to serve. Received by Parker. Huntsinger. Sit there to the back row to Dudley as she will hit that one in the net. So again, a good start here for the Royals. Wapahani been trying to, again, regain that confidence and momentum that they had there in that first set, as they completely and utterly dominated the Royals there in set 1. So a much-needed point there for Wapahani. Now makes it 6-3. Marin Hopkins will drop back to serve here for Wapahani. Good ball right there. Set on the Hunt. Rivers on the attack. Dug out by, I believe that was number 4. That was Collins. And the point there, Hunt with the kill, 7-3. So Josie Hunt back to serve again. Only listed here as a sophomore. She can definitely bring the thunder out here offensively for the Royals. It's going to be a thorn in the side of everybody here next 2.5 years. Good ball player. Love the hustle there from Hopkins. Unfortunately, nothing good came of it this time around, but still, you love the hustle from Marin. Parker, Huntsinger on the Rivers. Yes. Splits the gap right there of Hunt and Eastridge. So kill for Cammie. Nola Baker back to serve. She's got a devastating serve. Showed right there. Hunsinger and Walters dug out by Eastridge. Set on to Collins and left that one a touch short. Into the net there by Hayden Collins. We'll get it back over. Here we go. Free ball. Time to send it on home. Oh, boy. They're saying that was a good ball. Whew. And that was a good one right there. Number 10, Heidi Meyer on the kill. We'll have number 12, Chloe Borgman, now in for Eastern Hancock. We'll have number 7, Carly Lowe's back to serve. Again, second game in as many nights here for Wapahani. But no rest for the girls. Again, the Raiders will be back in action tomorrow night as well. They'll be traveling over to Ball Gym to take on Muncie Burris. That'll be another tough ball game tomorrow evening. Oh, Olivia Walters lays into that one. Now making this a 9-6 ball game. But again, Wapahani, clean sweep of Hagerstown last night. And then again, right back at it tonight. And then tomorrow night at Muncie Burris. Again, thankfully, they'll have the weekend off. Give them some time to relax. Enjoy being with friends and family. And then get back at it for another 3-game week next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Got road games on Tuesday and Thursday, back at home on Wednesday against Madison Grant. That'll be our next broadcast. Rivers gets that over. Parker, Huntsinger, Rivers, yes. Off the arm of Hunt and shanked backwards. So kill for Cammie. And Rivers now back to serve. Excellent. Make that an ace here for Cammie. And now we'll have a substitution, number 3, Olivia Willis, now subbing in for the Royals. So that one deep there to the back left corner. That was Collins, that was right there, and then Collins hit that one to the moon. Received there by Eastridge. Again, that pass right on top of the net. Ended up ricocheting off the head, I believe, there of Borgman, but worked out nice, and that's going to be a souvenir here for the fans. That darn near came up here to Redbeard. So tied up here at 10. Another nice serve again from Cammie. Again, put the pressure on the Royals here. Hunsinger on to Hopkins. Just a touch out of bounds. Then comes number 15, Josie Hunt. So number 3, Olivia Willis, will have a seat. Well, that ended up working out all right here for the Raiders. Dudley on the attack, dug out by Collins. Set up by Lowe's on the Hunt. Blocked right there at the net by Walters. Here we go. Back at it again. Hunsinger now on the Dudley from the right side. And I'll tell you what, we've got a block party here for the Royals on that play. One from the middle, then one more from the right side there for Josie Hunt. Hayden Collins to serve. Hopkins bringing it. 12-11. Back in comes Nola Baker. And Callie Parker back to serve. Again, if you're just tuning in here for the first time this evening, we want to welcome you here on the WHS Network. And I'm Brandon Morvillius, your play-by-play broadcaster. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Wapahani up 1-0. Took the opening set 25-12. A much better second set here by Eastern Hancock, as Wapahani will tie it up there after the kill from Nola Baker. Dug out by Lowe, set on, Hunt from the left side. Rivers, Hunzinger, Hopkins. Eastridge will get there after the pass from Lowe's. And Baker puts it down. So Baker makes it a Baker's dozen, 13-12. Right down the line goes Tatum Dudley. 14-12. And that will force Eastern Hancock to take a timeout. And we will go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout to, again, thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. A big thanks here to Courtney Felton, Next Home Elite Real Estate's hometown realtor. Courtney Felton, great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. Also, big thanks here to Signed by Ash. Again, owned by Ashley Bell. Locally owned and operated since 2019. Signed by Ash is your one-stop shop for custom fan gear, business apparel, and rustic signs. To place a custom order or to find out more information on how Signed by Ash can help your organization or sports team raise money through her custom projects, you can call Ashley Bell at 765-748-2155 and check out Signed by Ash on Instagram and Facebook. So again, following the timeout, Wapahani on top, 14-12 here in set number 2. Right side attack, that was number 12, Chloe Borgman, as Wapahani will not get that one back over. And in comes Hannah Whitgren for the Royals. Received by Hopkins right there. Baker got into that one pretty good. Get it back over. Here we go. Free ball. Hunsinger back to Baker again. Yes. Point there for Wapahani. Eastridge set right there to the middle, number 16, Adeline Willis. Baker with the left hand, but just out of bounds. So back and forth we go again after the red hot start here from Eastern Hancock. Wapahani found their way right back into it. Not that they was out of it by any means, but now has been guns blazing ever since. You know, clicking on all cylinders. You're really going in the right direction right here. And Hopkins, by the way, brought the hammer. She nailed that one to the floor. Make this another 2-point Wapahani lead. Received there by Collins. Lowe's on to Hunt. Nice job right there. Good up. Hunzinger sends it there back there in the corner. Hopkins digs it. Hunzinger sets it. And Rivers puts that one down. Heck yes. 17-14. Number 10, Meyer on the attack. Hopkins dug it out and set on to Dudley. Eastridge Soft touch right there, and Hunt on the attack. That one will fall in. So the Royals will have number 15, Josie Hunt, back to serve. And that one just a bit outside the line. So the service error there makes it another 3-point Wapahani lead. Noah Baker back to serve. Devastating movement on that ball. Baker digs it out, and we're going to have a net violation on Wapahani. So the Royals will have number 12, Chloe Borgman, return to the floor. And Carly Lewis back to serve. Good job there by Rivers, again getting her shoulder squared up. Good ball, another soft touch this time. Collins is right there. Ooh, that looked like that was easily 2 hits. And ends up working out in the end anyway, but that point would have been given to us a little bit sooner. So Hunzinger again back to serve. 3-point Raider lead, looking to push that throttle just a little bit more. And there's Hayden Collins coming through with a big one right there to get it back within 2 once again. Number 10, Heidi Meyer back to serve. Parker, Hunzinger, Rivers, yes. Hopkins there from the left side. Eastridge gets the right arm up, and they will get it over. Here we go, Parker, Hunzinger, Walters, and that was a swing and a miss. And that was a good swing and a miss this time for Eastridge. Because had she touched that one, this would have been a 4-point lead. Instead, it's 2. So we've got Collins back there to serve. Set on the Hunt. Rivers, Hunzinger. There's Hopkins. Once again coming through with another big-time point. Big-time kill. Hunt left that one short. And we will get a timeout on the floor once again taken by Eastern Hancock. And again, we will go ahead and stay right here with you to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. A big thanks to one of our newest sponsors, Tony Cox, the Director of Sports Medicine at Henry Community Health. At Henry Community Health, sports medicine enhancing performance, we take care of our Raiders. Tony Cox, your certified athletic trainer, is here to get our athletes back in a game and to help them get better, stronger, and faster than ever before. Tony Cox, a 1982 graduate of Ball State University and 1983 graduate of Miami of Ohio University, is in his 19th year as Director of Sports Medicine and 47th year overall in the field, so there's no shortage of experience, as Tony has helped high school, college, and professional athletes get back to a high-level performance. For all of your rehab and recovery needs, contact Tony Cox with Henry Community Health Sports Medicine Performance Enhancement at 765-521-1131 and make your appointment now. So big thanks here to Tony Cox, great friend of ours, and been an athletic trainer out here now, I believe, for 3 years, I think. And he's a man of, it's pretty much about anywhere and everywhere all the time. We always have different events, especially out here in the spring or in the fall time. He's running ragged right there between getting the soccer games, and we got cross-country meets, volleyball games. So we appreciate Tony and appreciate everything he does for us and for Wapahani High School. So set point right here, Parker back to serve. Eastridge shanks it off the left side, and that will be an ace, and that's a heck of a good way to end set number 2, 25-18. As we'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with your third set of action coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
All right, folks, again, welcome back here to our Henry Community Health and Sports Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox. We greatly appreciate him and Henry Community Health as we are just about set here for set number 3. Again, Wapahani with a 2-set-to-none lead as they took the first 2 sets, 25-12, 25-18. Again, if you're just tuning in here for the first time this evening, we want to say again, welcome to the WHS Network. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Wapahani 9-2 on the season, 2-0 in the MEC Conference. Eastern Hancock 14-2 and 5-0 in the MEC Conference. Hunt on the attack, dug out by Hopkins, set on the Rivers left side attack, and just out of bounds. So a 1-0 start for the Royals. Set up to Rivers, right side attack. That will fall in there. So that will even it up at 1. Who's there on the attack. Right back at her now to Hopkins. Dug out by Collins. That's sent back over the net. Now Dudley will have her opportunity. That's back over the net again. Here we go. Time to hopefully come away with something good. It was just for Eastern Hancock. Nice block right there, number 16, Adeline Willis. And so that will put the Royals back in front here 2-1 as number 5, Hannah Whitgren, will return to the floor for Eastern Hancock and drop back to serve. Received by Parker, Hunzinger, Rivers, Hopkins. I'll tell you what, Collins wore that one on to Dudley. Yes! So Tatum connects. Man, I'll tell you what, that young lady might have Wilson printed on her chest. Mercy sakes. I mean, Hopkins absolutely unloaded on that ball. Blocked. Baker and Hopkins right there. Hopkins gets the right arm right there and shank backwards, and that's going to even it up here at 3. We'll have Elena Eastridge back to serve for the Royals. Received by Hopkins. That was a nice save right there by Hunzinger, but again, the Raiders unfortunately couldn't get that one back over. So 4-3 is your score. Hunt connects. 5-3. Holy Moses. Drops right in there for an ace. Received by Parker, set on Dudley here from the right side. Again, going right down the line. It ended up being off the hand of Hunt and out of play. So the kill for Tatum. And she will now drop back to serve. Good one there from Tatum Dudley. And a bad pass there. Ends up being a point there for Wapahani. Hunt, full steam ahead right there that time around from the right side. Connects for the 7th point here in set 3. Parker, Dudley, Baker just soft touch over. Still effective and sent the Royals into a complete disarray defensively. So nicely done by Nola Baker. We'll have number 3, Olivia Willis, return to the floor for Eastern Hancock. Maren Hopkins back to serve. Lowe's here with a set up to Collins. Hopkins digs it out, and now Rivers delivers to tie it up at 7. Collins on the attack. Parker, nice up right there on the Rivers. Dug out by number 5, Whitgren this time. Collins from the left side. Parker digs it. Hunzinger sets it. And Rivers gets it across, but dug out by Eastridge. Free ball action again here for Wapahani. Baker with the slide and out of bounds is the call. So 8-7 Royals. Number 12, Chloe Borgman, will sub back in the ball game. It'll be number 7, Carly Lowe's to serve. Hopkins, Huntzinger, Baker this time, but was met at the net by number 10, Meyer. Here comes Collins again. Parker, excellent job by Callie. Hopkins will track that one down. And there you have it. Caroline Huntzinger does that so well and at the right time, too. And again, reading the defense. There was nobody within probably 4 feet of that thing. Dropped that bad boy right in there. And look at that serve from Baker. Nice downward action. Oh, boy. Just kind of came off the hands wrong a little bit there from Hopkins. Off of that pass. Right into the net. Not much that Huntzinger could do with that one. So Olivia Walters returning to the floor for Wapahani. That was number 10, Meyer, back to serve just a moment ago. And Walters will let her presence be known on that one to tie it up at 9. Huntzinger back to serve. Willis, Lowe's on the Collins. Dudley will get there. Huntzinger on the Rivers again. Diagonal shot and beautifully placed. As Wapahani now back out in front. Get another tight set right here. Seen that a decent majority of the way through set number 2. Again, Wapahani just pedal to the metal there in the first set. But then the Raiders were really able to apply the distance right there towards the end of set 2, which gave them, again, that little bit of lopsided victory. Huntzinger, Parker, here comes Rivers. And again, I'll tell you what, Cammie has had one heck of a game here tonight. Mercy. Not saying that nobody else has, but, Cammie has definitely had the hot hand here this evening so far. Shanked off to the right side. That will be an ace here for Huntzinger. So the service there makes it 12-10. We'll have number 15, Josie Hunt, return to the floor for Eastern Hancock. No touch, out of bounds, point Royals. Again, didn't quite get that snap of the wrist over right there to have more of a downward trajectory on that ball. And that ball left short in the net. Serving error there will give the Raiders their 13th point of set number 3. Cammie Rivers back to serve. Oh, another fine serve there from Cammie Rivers, another ace. Again, leading the team in that statistical category on the season. And just continuing to add to that total. And then we serve it out. All righty, back in comes Hannah Whitgren for the Royals, so she'll now be back to serve. In a 2-point Wapahani lead. Hopkins nails that one to the floor. Job well done by Marin. Baker back in. Walters will have a seat. Parker back to serve. Be nice to see if the Raiders can go on a little bit of a run right here. Because last thing you want to do is let Eastern Hancock hang around. as Tatum Dudley there from the right side, making us now a 4-point lead. But again, if you can start to apply some distance right here, get about a 6, 7, maybe 8-point lead. Not that they would be out of it by any means, but it would really put a lot more pressure on Eastern Hancock. Parker, Hunzinger, Hopkins. Eastridge gets to it. Lowe's gets it over. Parker again. Set on Noah Baker. Dropping the hammer. Mercy. So the timeout here from Eastern Hancock, and we will step aside here for a timeout of our own. 18-12 Wapahani here on the WHS Network. All right, again, welcome back. Following the timeout. Again, the Royals, I believe, have no timeouts remaining here in this third set. As Wapahani with a 18-12 lead. Again, just like I mentioned there a few moments ago, if we can get up here by 6, 7, maybe 8 points, and we have a service error, I think that's going to be very helpful for us down the stretch, and hopefully the Raiders can string some more points together right here, but Elena Eastridge will drop back to serve for Eastern Hancock. Set on to Baker, dug out by Collins. Hunt will get it over. On to Dudley. Again, the touch there by Hunt, but falls in play, so Tatum with the kill. 19-13 Wapahani. And Dudley now back to serve. Parker, Hunzinger, Hopkins, yes. Hit that one so hard it ricocheted off of Meyer and hit the up referee. Hopefully that doesn't give him a bloody nose. I'm sure this is making his eyes water right now pretty good. Hopefully he's all right, mercy sakes. That was a quick ricochet. He had no time really to prepare for that one. And out of bounds, no touch, Wapahani. 21-13 Raiders. By the way, and I didn't get the up referee's name here tonight, but we sure do appreciate our referees. We have no game if we have no referees. So appreciate both of them here tonight. For being here and for doing an outstanding job per usual. So greatly appreciate our officials here this evening. Parker gives Hopkins something to work with. Rivers, Hunzinger, Baker, yes. It was off the hand of Hunt and out of bounds, 22-14. So the Raiders just 3 points away from a sweep of the Royals here tonight, as number 3, Olivia Willis, will return to the floor. Hopkins to serve. And there's an ace. How about that from Merritt Hopkins? Young lady that really does it all. Outstanding hitter. Great job defensively as well. Serves precision aces right here. Here comes Rivers on the attack. Collins is right there. And they will just get it over. Hopkins Hunzinger, Rivers. Eastridge along there with Lowe's will get it over. Back to Rivers one more time. Eastridge will dig it out. Number 10 on the attack, Hopkins. Hunzinger back to Rivers, and that was hit off the top of the net. But excellent job on both sides on that play. That was a pretty lengthy rally. So in comes Chloe Borgman for Eastern Hancock. Carly Lowe's back there to serve. That was a good serve there from the young lady. Collins on the attack, and that one's out of bounds. So we have now arrived at match point. It'll be Nola Baker. We'll see if she brings out that missile-like serve to end it here. There's downward action on it. And that will be, oh my, off the foot of Clements. But it's kind of thinking that the ball might have been on the left side of the antenna, which would be out of bounds. But that indeed, I guess, was not the case. But again, the ball then hit off the foot of Clements. So 24-16. Again, Meyer back to serve there for Eastern Hancock a moment ago. Walters on the attack. And that will do it as your Raiders get the brooms out on the Royals here tonight. 25-12, 25-18, 25-16. Wapahani remains perfect in MEC conference play, now 3-0 on the season. Currently 10-2 overall, as Eastern Hancock will now fall to 14-3 on the season and 5-1 in the MEC conference. So again, make sure to stay right here with us. Again, we'll have a short version of our Raiders Live postgame show coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers to Rivers. Pass to the basket, gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell, right wing, three is up, and good. Yes! Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field, and gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. All right, volleyball fans, again, welcome back here on our Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox, Raiders Live postgame show. As Wapahani comes out victorious here tonight, again, getting the brooms out on the Eastern Hancock Royals, 25-12, 25-18, 25-16. Again, with this victory here tonight for Wapahani, they now improve to 10-2 on the season and a perfect 3-0 in the MEC Conference. So a big win tonight, great win. And I think in some ways a dominating win in some points throughout the ballgame, definitely in the first set. But, in different spurts there throughout the second and third set, I thought, we were definitely pretty dominating. But Eastern Hancock, they have a nice group over there. Good group of girls and very well talented. And I was expecting it to maybe be a little bit, closer of a game. I'm glad it wasn't, in the grand scheme of things here. But did expect a little bit more. But, still, better group. Like I said, a great group of young ladies over there and well coached, and so we wish them all the best throughout the rest of their regular season play. But a great win, I think overall here for Wapahani. You're 2-0 now in a week. Big game, though, tomorrow night. So, again, no rest for these girls. Again, 3 games in 3 nights. So they will be back at it tomorrow night at Ball Gymnasium as they will be taking on Muncie Burris. There'll be a JV start time, 6 o'clock varsity game to follow. We will not be there broadcasting the game, but we will be. We'll have some score updates on our social media sites. They're on Twitter or X and Facebook. So we hope you guys tune in there for that. But our next broadcast will actually be next Wednesday night. It'll be another busy week next week for the volleyball team. 3 games, 3 nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We will be stuck right in the middle, right there on Wednesday nights when we'll be broadcasting our next one. That will be as Wapahani takes on Madison Grant. Again, next Wednesday night. That is September the 17th. So Madison Grant will come to Raider Gymnasium next Wednesday. But big game tomorrow night. Wish the Raiders all the very best, and hopefully they can continue their winning ways. It'll be a tough ball game, but hopeful there that Wapahani will get win number 11 on the season. So, again, we want to say a special thanks to all of you for tuning in here tonight. And hopefully it was an enjoyable broadcast, and you guys enjoyed yourself, and just kind of kick back and relax there on a Wednesday evening. But again, before we conclude tonight's broadcast, again, in honor of 9/11 being tomorrow, we do just want to say that we remember all of the men and women that unfortunately lost their lives on that day. Now it'll be 24 years ago tomorrow. All the men and women that again unfortunately lost their lives that day. The heroes, the firefighters, and the policemen. And many others that tried to help out in the situation, whether it be at the World Trade Center towers or the Pentagon, or even in Shanksville, Pennsylvania as well. We just want to, again, just send our remembrance and our thoughts and prayers to those families. And, again, 24 years ago, but it doesn't really seem that long in some ways. In other ways it does. But it's hard to believe, though, that all that amount of time has went by, but it still feels like it was yesterday. And what a tragedy it was and still is. And so, again, our thoughts and prayers are with all the families tomorrow and every day. And like I said, we should all, again, be thankful for one another, our families and our loved ones and our friends, and hold them tight. Again, you never know, and we just should all be very appreciative. And I know that I am very appreciative of Redbeard here on the broadcast and our friendship. We do great things on here, and we appreciate you guys as well, like I said, for always tuning in. So, again, we'll be back at it next Wednesday here on the WHS Network. Until then, folks, Wapahani got the brooms out tonight, winning it to improve to 10-2 on the season. Until next Wednesday, I'm Brandon Moore-Villas alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night